Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and we are back again. And now we're going to review He-Man Masters of the Universe Ram Man, and this is from the cartoon collection. This is from their new line dealing with the He-Man Masters of the Universe 2000X figures. And this is kind of interesting. This is the first of this particular collection figure line that I'm receiving, and I bought all of them so far. So this is the first one, and it's $23.75. Actually, let me open this up and see. There's the back. There he is. So I'm waiting for all these guys. I'm waiting for He-Man. I'm waiting for Skeletor, Trapjaw. I already ordered all of them and everything. But before I take it out of the box, first impression, when I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, what the hell? I thought this is supposed to fit the cartoon collection Masters of the Universe. This, but in comparison, is the Masterverse line, and then in comparison, this is the cartoon collection. So I see it. Let me take it out of the box and we'll look at the height comparisons again. But I'm like, my jaw dropped when I saw this, and I'm like, what's going on? Not in a bad way, but a very, very curious way. Let me take it out of the box and let's take a look and see. Alright, so I forgot to mention that one of the reasons why it kind of threw me off with that packaging was that it's in a box. As you've seen, or as we know, with the cartoon collection, they come in a card backs, not in a box, and yet this one is in a box with Masterverse. And that kind of threw me off. And but it is actually cartoon collection as it's stated in the box, and also the fact that, look, it's got one of the weird instructions where it's everything's just detachable as you want it to be. Unlike the Masterverse, and it comes with this card over here instead of the comic book, which honestly I'm okay with. I have so many cartoon collection and figures from Masters of the Universe Mattel, and they all came with cartoon comic books, mini comic books, and I still have not read one single one of them. I think I've glanced at them and all that stuff, but yeah. So this is kind of interesting. It's pretty thick cardstock, so interesting. And it comes with this one battle axe, which I'm okay with as long as it comes with the battle axe. And so Ram Man, right? So we'll do the height comparison later on. So Ram Man doesn't have the spring-loaded thing anymore on the legs, as we know. Here's the face. That looks just like him. It just tells me it's Ram Man and everything. Very soft detail. Not as complexly designed as Masterverse, but I love that. The belt buckle over here. This is really, really quite amazing. It's I'm kind of blown away, and the pricing, it's $23.75, which I guess is equal to what it is with Masterverse. And this is supposed to be cartoon collection. The cartoon collection is usually around $20, but it is big. I keep wanting to bring in the other ones for comparison, but I'm gonna stop off. And this one just comes off, and look at that, it's actually detachable if you want to. I'm not going to, because I'm always sure that once you detach it, you're not able to, or I'm not able to fix it in the way it was coming off of the factory. But I just want to take that off for now while we mess around with the articulation. Not much on the up and down because of that bucket head, a little bit and everything. You still have that. There's still no bicep cuts, but we still are pretty good. That's it for the shoulder articulation, and that's basically it because of the limit, how big this muscle is, and how limited this part here is. Maybe you could extend this one, but it won't help you with the articulation because again the shape of this one, it will just naturally push off. Kind of thing. Another thing I've noticed is that the connection here is more straight out horizontal. And at this point I will bring in Skeletor because not for height comparison, but just to show off. I mean, you guys, anybody's watching this probably knows and everything, but see how this one is actually pointed this way? Then that's how you connect his hands. It's not, that used to throw me off. It's not horizontal, it's actually pegged in that way. So this one actually plugs in straight. That's what I'm used to. So, but still, it's an interesting change. Waist articulation is just basic, a cut. It's just a basic cut. And for the elbows, you still get the 90. And for the hands, you have the rotation and an in and out on both wrists. And that's basically it. I'll move that later on. The skirt is just in the here, so it's very thick, so it's not pliable. But it does the job where you can move it out of the way. And his legs are so massive anyway that it will do this, still able to get the articulation that you need. And also, honestly, Ram Man is not one of those figures where I've always thought that I need to pose him in very, very dramatic poses. There is no thigh cut, and the knee, ooh, that is so stiff and so solid that it might be better to heat it up before you do. But it might not. That's might be the range of his articulation, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm just getting. Oh yeah, you can still get a little bit more, but you get a lot of resistance anyway. Then you have a boot cut that you can swivel, move around. The knee, the ankle can go down that much, can go up that much, and you have an ankle rocker. So, in terms of extreme poses, I think it's sufficient what we're getting in this one. I wish this was somehow able to secure a little bit more, but once you put on the shoulder guards and everything, you won't be able to move him anyway because otherwise it will just, see. But I actually even like that look as well too. Put him in his axe on. This is actually really blowing me away. It's not a lot on accessories, but the thing of it is with accessories, as far as I'm concerned, is it only matters the accessories that we have with the character is if it fits the character, you know. Maybe a shield or maybe a mallet would have been fun, but you already have this axe, and I think that's sufficient for this character to build it up. Like, for example, with Skeletor, if it didn't have the Havoc staff, then I would say it's lacking, but you know. But yeah, and then look, so this is, I think, I'm not sure, but I believe the newer collection of the 2000X is supposed to be taller. I'm really, really excited to see one. I still don't have anything that ranges in terms of the regular sizes of the figure, so I don't know how much more taller it is. And that's why I'm so surprised to see that the first one the first one I got was Ram Man, and he is big. He is big. Like, so now that we have him out, he is even. Wow, he is even. He's actually taller than a Masterverse. So that's understandable in terms of the pricing. But look at how much more massive he is compared to a Masterverse figure. He's wider, he's bulkier, his muscles are much more bigger. Look at that. So I'm really quite happy that we got it for $23.75. I don't remember how much I ordered Clawful for. Again, another figure I'm excited. So yeah, this you guys know that my initial value system starts off at 10. If I'm satisfied with the figure, if I'm happy with the figure, it's usually value of 12. And this one, so we're starting off at value of 12 because I'm really happy with this figure, but also the fact that there's something about it that I'm gonna give it a value 13, not necessarily 14. And I hesitate that I'm not doing it a 14. But I'm more comfortable leaving it with a value of 13 than anything else. But for something like that, that value 13 for something where I'm happy with, but there's something about it that's just making it extra special, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the massiveness of it, and then the price point of it. Um, the I'm surprised at the 23.75 price point for something like this. Maybe it, if it was been like $25 or $27, then I would have say, there's a value of 12 and everything, because I'm still pretty happy with it. But yeah, so value 13 for Ram Man from the new 2000X cartoon collection from Mattel, and I am quite happy with this one. I'm really, really excited with what's coming out with Mattel right now. And the weirdest thing is, like, I wasn't even planning on getting 2000X. And I don't know how far in depth I will go with it, because I already have Masterverse, which is getting populated quite well. And I might be at that point with Masterverse where I might be ending, or I've gotten enough characters where I'm not going to be ordering multiples or variations. And I have Cartoon Collection. I don't have Origins. I have Cartoon Collection, and that's all also getting populated. So I'm not getting variations of that as well too. So I think those two represents Masters of the Universe quite well, and so I was hesitant with 2000X, but now what I'm seeing, I'm glad that I was into it. And right now, even though I've only gotten Ram Man, if they were to announce more or put up more on pre-order, I would probably pre-order it, because so far with my pre-ordering, I have everything they're putting out on pre-orders with Masters of the Universe 2000X collection. So, and I'm very, very satisfied and happy with what they're doing so far. So that's it for my review of Ram Man from the 2000X collection, cartoon collection. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys on my next review. Bye.